Good afternoon, I'm Robert Radford. This is 50 Years of Chess. Today's game I have for you is from the Frome Congress 2017. And I'm white playing against Steve Appleby. Steve's a good player. He's beaten me in a return match since then at Frome. So he got his revenge, good for him. Now, I began with, d4, knight f6, knight f3, g6, c4, bishop d7, knight c3, d5, queen b3, pawn takes pawn, queen takes pawn. So we're kind of in a ground foot. Castles, bishop f4, c6, e4, bishop g4, and bishop e2. So after castles, my position is good. I will have got my pieces out, developed well. He has yet a little bit more to do after knight d7. I went back to queen 3, and then he played queen a5. So we're both now more or less equal. Stockfish is not worked out yet what the position is. So castles, rook f to d8, queen to e3. So I'm putting some pressure now on the king's side with bishop h6 following. He played knight h5. Now, as good as it looks, I don't consider this that good a move because being that I can play bishop h6, which is what I do. Bishop h6, and he went back bishop h8. He may as well. It keeps his dragon bishop preserved, but the only problem is it is right in the corner. So I played rook on f to d1, and then he brought his other knight to f6. Now, I'm not so sure he's got a good plan here, but let's see what happens. I played bishop c4 on a lovely a2 f g8 a2 g8 diagonal, e6, rook d2 to break the pin, but he takes the bishop and I take back with the queen. Now the real threat here is g4. So he moves the knight back. So this is where I went in with a very good move. Bishop takes on e6. You can't take because it would be queen f8 mate. So I just won a pawn. He's gone back queen c7, g4, driving both his knights back now, but he chooses not to do that. Instead he moved queen to e7, hitting my bishop. So I could win a second pawn, but then he would get it back after pawn takes knight. So I moved it back to b3, the best square, keeping that pawn pinned to the king. His king can't move. This is a wonderful position. I'm quite happy with this. He's gone back with the knight to g7. I like what I'm doing here. I just developed the other rook in a minute. So e5 and knight c7. And at that point, Steve resigned. Mainly because he's frustrated with this position. He's got nothing good here in his position at all. When I come in with my knight to e4, I can go into f6, so he's going to have to move his other knight to e8 to stop me doing that. But then I've got moves that are also pretty good. Like I can bring the bishop to g5, hitting the queen and rook. He'd have to play probably f6. No, he can't play f6 because he's pinned. No, of course not. That's a concern for him. He saw that I could play bishop g5, and that after I've played knight to e4. So if I go knight e4, he would have to move the rook over the queen or be skewered. So why did he resign? I think it's because my position is so good at this point that I think he understood it's not good for him, because I can mate him if he moves his queen away anywhere other than to d2 or a d7 or e8 or f8. All I have to do is move him away from one of those squares. He could play rook f8 here, but wow, how cramped would he be this game? This is surely not good. I think he's lost this. I think he has. And I think he knew that in advance. So good on him for not drawing the game out. I think I would have won this. I'm pretty sure I would have. So thank you for looking at this game. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I'll be with you again with some more.